The biggest expense most people have is staring them right in the face, and I am telling you, it is definitely not your daily coffee habit. In this video, we are going to talk in extreme detail about what this massive expense actually is and how we can save thousands of dollars every year by understanding its specific components. I want to show you how to take that saved money and actually make it work for you instead of just watching it disappear into a metal box on wheels. First, we need to realize that most household expenses fall into the same major categories like housing, transportation, taxes, utilities, and food. If we can cut costs in these big categories, we can save a fortune over time and accelerate our path to financial independence. So what do you think the #1 wealth killer is in the modern world? I will give you a hint. This expense varies the most from person to person, and it is usually parked right in your driveway at this very moment. It is transportation. Cars are massive wealth killers because our society links success with owning a nice vehicle. I see so many people buying cars they cannot actually afford just to keep up appearances, for people they do not even like or know. I was talking to a friend recently who is also in the finance space, and we both agreed that cars drain wealth faster than almost anything else in a young person's life. People see a new car and they start giving compliments like, "Hey man, nice ride, what do you do for a living to afford that?" It feels great to drive around in something flashy, but we rarely talk about the actual financial impact happening behind the scenes in your bank account. It happens right under our noses because everyone else is doing the same thing, so we think it is normal behavior. In the current market, used car prices have stayed stubbornly high, and the percentage of people with monthly payments over $1,000 has hit record highs. What is even crazier is seeing dealerships add massive markups on popular models that people are still lining up to buy. I have seen some cars with markups that almost equal the original price of the car itself, which is just insane and mathematically suicidal. According to recent data, the average cost of owning and operating a new vehicle is now well over $10,000 per year in 2026. Just let that number sink in for a second while you think about your long-term goals. That is a massive amount of money that could be going into your brokerage account and growing at 7 to 10% every year. I want to break down the specific costs of a typical car so I can show you exactly where I would save money on each item. Let us look at the data for a standard economy car like a 5-year-old Honda Civic, which is usually considered a safe choice. Even for a reliable used car, the total cost of ownership over 5 years can easily top $40,000 once you factor in everything. That is about $8,000 every single year for a car that isn't even considered a luxury vehicle by any standard. The average salary in the US is around $54,000, so imagine spending 16% of your gross income just to keep a used car on the road. If we keep spending like this, it becomes almost impossible to build real wealth or let your savings compound effectively over time. I am not saying owning a Civic is a bad choice, but I want you to realize it costs much more than just the sticker price on the window. The biggest expense for almost any car is depreciation. Almost every car is a depreciating asset, which means it loses value every single day through wear and tear and simple passage of time. This is why I think putting too much money into a car is a terrible investment strategy, because you are funding an asset that is guaranteed to be worth less tomorrow. If you want to save money here, the best advice is to never buy brand new from a dealership. You have probably heard that a new car loses 10 to 15% of its value the second you drive it off the lot. If you look at the depreciation curve, the sweet spot is usually a car that is 3 to 5 years old. At that point, most of the massive initial drop in value has already happened, but the car is still new enough to be reliable for years. I have always believed that buying a 3-year-old car with moderate mileage is the absolute best move for your wallet and your future. You get a modern vehicle with all the safety features without paying the steep penalty of being the first owner. The next major expense is taxes and registration, which people always underestimate. You really cannot avoid these because they are government-mandated fees that happen every year, like clockwork. If you have multiple cars in your household, one way to lower your overhead is simply to reduce the number of vehicles you own. I know families with 4 cars for only 3 drivers, which adds up fast in registration and smog checks every single year. Then we have the financing costs, which refers to the interest you pay if you take out a loan to buy the car. Very few people walk into a dealership with $40,000 in cash. Most people put down a small deposit and then finance the rest at interest rates that have been climbing steadily in the recent economic cycle. If your credit is perfect, you could be paying a massive premium just for the privilege of borrowing money for a car that is losing value. In that case, it is much smarter to buy a cheaper used car for cash and avoid the debt trap entirely while you build your portfolio. Regardless of how you pay for the car, the next big category is fuel. This is what people always forget when they are calculating their monthly budget during the honeymoon phase of buying a car. They see a $500 car payment and think they are fine, but they forget the $200 they spend at the pump every month. For an average driver doing 15,000 miles a year, that fuel bill adds up to thousands of dollars annually. You can save a bit by using warehouse clubs for cheaper gas or driving more efficiently, but fuel is a persistent drain on your cash flow. Maybe in 10 years, everything will be electric and much cheaper to run. But for now, most of us are stuck with gas prices that generally trend upward. Then there is insurance, which can cost over $100 a month even for a basic car with a clean driving record. A great tip I learned is to set a specific day every year on your calendar to shop around for insurance. You should call your provider and ask for a better rate or see what competitors are offering for the exact same coverage. Insurance companies know that a long-term customer is valuable, so they are often willing to negotiate if they think you might leave. I actually do this for my internet and phone bills too because the savings add up to thousands over a decade. I call them up every year around the holidays and tell them my budget is tight and I am looking at other providers in the area. Usually they transfer me to a retention department and give me a promotional rate for another year or two without any hassle. It takes 20 minutes and saves hundreds of dollars, which is a great return on your time when you think about the hourly rate. Finally, we have maintenance and repairs, which are hard to cut unless you are willing to learn some basic skills. With all the tutorials available on social media today, you can learn to do basic things yourself with just a few tools. Changing your own oil is not that difficult and can save you over $100 in labor every time you do it. If you think about how many times you will change your oil over the next 40 years doing it yourself, could save you $20,000 over your lifetime. That is $20,000 saved just from watching a 20-minute video and getting your hands a little dirty. It depends on whether you enjoy working on cars, but the financial math is definitely in your favor if you are disciplined. You can also buy a cheap diagnostic tool online so that when a warning light comes on, you know exactly what is wrong before going to a mechanic. I remember my mom was terrified because a warning light came on and she stopped driving her car for a week thinking it was broken beyond repair. It turns out the gas cap just wasn't T-tightened properly and the fix was literally free. If she had a simple tool to check the code, she could have fixed it in 5 seconds and saved herself a lot of stress and a trip to the dealer. My ultimate suggestion is that if you can live without a car entirely, that is the best financial move you can ever make. If you took that $10,000 a year and invested it into a broad market index fund, the results would be life-changing in 20 years. If you invested $10,000 in a top tech company 5 years ago, it would have nearly tripled by now and bought you several cars. The opportunity cost is the real killer because you aren't just losing the money you spend on the car today. You are losing all the future gains that money could have generated if it was working for you in the market. You might even consider living closer to your job, even if the rent is a bit higher in that area. If paying $200 more in rent means you can walk to work and sell your car, you are actually saving a massive amount of money overall. You save on gas insurance maintenance and the stress of sitting in traffic every single day. I remember working corporate jobs where people drove an hour each way every single day through heavy traffic. That wear and tear on your car and your mental health is a huge hidden cost that we rarely calculate correctly. In an era where car prices are high and everyone is trying to flex, try your best not to fold into the pressure of owning something you cannot afford. To wrap things up, remember to buy on the right part of the depreciation curve, which is usually a 3 to 5 year old car shop for insurance every single year to keep your rates low and make the companies work for your business. Reduce the number of vehicles in your house if possible and think about the long-term benefits of living closer to where you work. If you can avoid the car trap, you will find yourself with thousands of extra dollars every year to invest in your future self. Building wealth isn't about one giant win, it is about making small, smart choices with your biggest expenses every single day. I want you to think about what that extra $10,000 a year could do for your retirement or your dream business. The math doesn't lie, and the sooner you start prioritizing assets over status, the sooner you will find real financial freedom. Don't let a depreciating piece of metal stand in the way of your ultimate goals and your peace of mind. I have seen people work years longer than they had to just because they wanted a luxury badge on their steering wheel. Don't let that be your story because you are smarter than the marketing department of a car company. Every dollar you save on transportation is a dollar that can go into VO or VTI and grow while you sleep. That is the real secret to moving from a paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle to a position of true strength. I want to hear from you in the comments about your car experiences and how you are cutting costs this year. Are you considering going car-free, or did you find a great deal on a used vehicle recently? Let us share those strategies so we can all grow our net worth together and beat the inflation game. The 2026 economy is tough, but those who understand their cash flow will always come out on top. Make sure you are tracking every penny, because if you don't know where it is going, you can tell it where to go. I have been using a simple spreadsheet for years to track my ownership costs, and it was the biggest wake-up call of my life. Once you see the numbers in black and white, you cannot go back to being blind about your spending. Take control of your largest expense, and you will take control of your entire financial future. I hope this deep dive helps you rethink how you handle your transportation budget and your investment strategy. Building wealth is about discipline and making smart choices with the big numbers that actually move the needle. Stay focused on the long game and don't let temporary status steal your permanent freedom. I will see you in the next video as we continue to break down the path to wealth. Thanks for watching, and keep investing in yourself because you are your best asset. Peace. I really appreciate you spending your time here with me today. Remember that the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is right now. Go check your car insurance policy today and see if you can get a better deal before the sun sets. Every small win counts toward your big victory in the end. I believe in your ability to master your money and live the life you actually want. Don't settle for the standard path, because the standard path leads to a standard life of debt. Be different, be smart, and keep your eyes on the prize. We are all in this journey together, and I am here to help you navigate the noise. See you soon. Take care of your wallet, and it will take care of you. Keep grinding, keep saving, saving, and keep investing in the things that matter. The road to wealth is long, but it is worth every step you take in the right direction. Goodbye for now, and stay motivated. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Let us make 2026 the year your net worth takes off. I am excited to see where you go from here. Believe in the power of compounding and the strength of your own will. You have the tools and the knowledge to succeed. So go out and make it happen. No excuses, just results from here on out. Stay humble, stay hungry, and keep learning every single day. Your future self will thank you for the sacrifices you make today. It is all about the long-term vision and the daily execution of your plan. Never forget why you started this journey in the first place. Financial peace is worth more than any fancy car ever could be. Focus on what lasts and let go of what fades away. I am rooting for you every step of the way. Let's get after it. Talk to you later. Stay smart with your money. Keep building that legacy. The sky is the limit when you have a solid foundation. Don't let anyone tell you it is impossible. You are in the driver's seat of your life, even if you aren't in a luxury car. That is the ultimate flex. I am signing off now, but the work continues. Go make some smart moves today. Your bank account is waiting for you to take charge. Let's go. See you in the next one. Bye. I am really proud of the community we are building here. Your feedback and your stories inspire me to keep digging deeper into the numbers. Let's keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible for young investors. The world is changing fast, but the principles of wealth stay the same. Buy assets, avoid liabilities, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. It sounds simple because it is simple, but it is always easy. That is why we stay connected and keep each other accountable. Every video is a step toward that shared goal of independence. I am grateful for your support and your energy. Keep sharing the message and keep growing. We are just getting started. The best is yet to come for all of us. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of finance and investing. I have some great topics lined up that will help you save even more. Until then, keep your expenses low and your ambitions high. You have the power to change your story starting today. I will catch you in the next one. Stay safe and stay savvy. Everything you want is on the other side of consistency. Keep showing up for yourself. You deserve the freedom that comes with financial security. Make it a reality. I am out. See you. Keep the dream alive. Money is just a tool to buy back your time. Use it wisely. The journey is the reward. Enjoy the process of building your empire $1 at a time. One day at a time. You got this. I am finished with this script, but you are just starting your wealth journey. Go win the day. Final. Goodbye.